Hey tea sippers, I'm back again, and this time let's clock that reality. Hey tea sippers, welcome to an all new episode of Clock the Reality. This is your host, Mark Midwestern, honey, and you know I bring it to you fresh every single time. And this time, we're diving right into the secret lives of Mormon wives, Miss Taylor Frankie Paul. Ciao. Just when I thought it couldn't get any worse. I was already skeptical because she just exuded toxicity just everywhere she went, her storyline on the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. But now, filming has been put on pause for the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives Season 5 because a new video just resurfaced with Taylor, Frankie Paul, and Dakota getting into a heated argument, and then it became really physical, to the point where Taylor was throwing stools across her house at him, additionally seen slapping and kicking him in front of their daughter. Now, this video is from 2023. Which, that doesn't really make a difference for me. You're already setting a bad example for yourself. You're on all these platforms and have all these opportunities in the media entertainment world. And here you are behind the scenes acting a fool in front of your daughter. You know, I think this is the time where a lot of self-reflection can happen for Taylor. And she needs to take the time off and take care of her mental health. And like I said, Dakota needs to be hung up. Pack Dakota up. He's here to squabble your opportunities, babe. His job is to make you miserable. He does not seem like a great guy, and now we know based off what just happened. Speaking of what just happened, Taylor just admitted that she was the aggressor in the fight. Not only did she admit that she was the aggressor in the fight, she pretty much owned up to the fact that she had a child abuse charge. So, take a listen to this recent tea.
And so it started with sadness. I was crying to Dakota, like hysterically bawling that I was so sorry for everything I've done to not only him, but my ex, my life, everything. I was like hysterically bawling. I remember that. We get home and it turns to anger, like full on anger. Like I was a different person. And I went crazy. I was throwing things.
And this was in your house with Dakota?
Yes.
Okay.
And so I didn't know my daughter was downstairs on the couch. They're usually in their beds when I'm home. We had a babysitter. I came home and she was on the couch and I was throwing stuff, and so I threw a chair towards him and
at Dakota.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I was charged with child abuse because it could have hurt her. And so in the state of Utah, I don't know other states if they have it, but it's called reckless child abuse, meaning if you throw something and it possibly did hit your kid or it hit your kid, that's called reckless child abuse.
Who called the police?
Our neighbor.
Oh.
Because she thought I needed help. I was screaming so much. And so she's like, I think she needs help over there. And he was trying to calm me down. And I was just throwing everything. I was so angry. And I was as we all know, I was trying to attack him. And I assaulted him. And I put, I took it all out on him. And so...
you physically assaulted him?
Yeah, and I did get, I got charged with that.
So they came, investigated, and then they took you to jail?
Yeah. Because there was enough evidence there that I was, the aggressor.
Damn.
Yeah, and I was, I was. And so they took me to jail. I, started to, sober up as soon as I got to jail. The worst part of it, though, is, I was blacked out for so much of it that I can't even, fess up to, everything I did. I wouldn't even be able to, tell you what I did exactly.
No, Taylor, the worst part is that the chair that you threw hit your daughter. If it was intentional or not, that's not even the argument. It's the fact that you put your kid in harm's way and you cannot know your kid is sitting there. But at the same time, that has to be your biggest regret. You're a mother. I don't really care if Dakota got his ass beat because he was trying you on the show. Now, do I want to see that happen? Absolutely. I'm not all about violence, but he was really, really putting you through the ringer. So I can understand that frustration. But being in a situation where there's domestic violence in front of your daughter, mind you being the aggressor. So let's talk about that. You just admitted to being the aggressor. And I will always give someone, grace when they're at least admitting, admitting what they did. And they're willing to do so in a way where it's taking some up the accountability here, which she does need to take the accountability here. But most importantly, tea sippers, what's the tea? The biggest regret would be any kind of child abuse charge, because it creates trauma. Hello? You're not the only person involved in the situation, Taylor. And here's the thing. Go ahead and take some time off to take care of your mental health. I don't think season 5 or what of The Secret Life of Mormon Wives should be scrapped. That should not happen. What's the tea? Why would y'all try to do that? No. Those girlies can continue filming. If they are getting into brawls with their man, I don't know about it. How about that? But yeah, let's keep it going. Let's keep the girls filming. Bring Demi back. First of all, justice for Demi. She was right this whole time. And y'all know she was. And stop playing in our face. When she came here and told y'all that I don't know how I feel about Taylor being the leader of Mom Talking, that was her storyline in 2023. Now y'all playing in our face. It seems like the girls knew about this. So they need to pick the cameras back up so I can figure out what's going on with my girls. Because we can't keep doing too much of this with the Mormon wives, baby. The Mormon wives are good and they're doing their thing, but I hate to see domestic violence. I'm not about that. And I think, ABC did the right thing by pulling the plug on The Bachelorette. Because, what's the tea? What's the tea? This is too much. When kids are involved, that's when it becomes weird to me. Look, I do this reality TV stuff because I love the entertainment and the drama of it all, but let's really get it together, especially when someone is not together in the head. ABC knew all about this. ABC knew about the drama that she had. They knew about everything. So, better background checks next time and better research on who you're hiring to represent y'all, especially if y'all don't want to get into the mix of Miss Messy Toxic Taylor, child. Taylor, take care of yourself. Take care of your kids. I hope it all works out for you. But we got to shift gears and get into this Beverly Hills tea, baby. Because Bose is not playing with Amanda. She's like, Scamanda, listen, I could be direct with you if I want to. And Scamanda is sitting over here acting like she didn't just build her own code. Take a listen to this.
I'm not afraid of being direct at all. So if there's a direct question, then you should ask me. The direct question is, did you just look at a mask and say, Amanda? And why would I say that? Because you think I'm fake. Okay. Do you think I'm fake? I think that you are not being clear about your life. And so because that is how I feel. Good. I can't have a life that looks good and feels good. Your life is not pure. We have all seen it. And so it's like you're presenting it as if it's like this Stepford wife type of situation. And it's not. I created it. It is now beautiful. There are warts in it. And so all I'm saying is that all of us, every single one, if we went around, we would share our warts with you. What about my life and I'm not telling the truth about it? Making things very perfect, and they're probably not. And it feels to me like every time there's a conversation, it's like, oh, poor Amanda. And it doesn't feel to me as if I can even have a good conversation with you. When have I poor Amanda'd? Right now. Right now? In this very moment, you're like, why did you say this thing, which I don't even remember saying, and you make me seem as if I'm an aggressor to you. I think that maybe you're a bit too hypersensitive. Because if I've come at you so hard, I've accosted you. What I do see, you show up very sulky. Sulky?
Wow. She said, do you think I'm fake? Bo said, well, no, here's the thing. I love me some Bows. Okay? But two things. Girl, you did say that about the mask. You said that. Own it. Say, yeah, I said that about you. I don't think you're very authentic. And then let her have her moment of, well, I don't appreciate you talking about me while I'm right there. Let her have her moment, her crocodile tears. And then you could have sat there being like, okay, so you're trying to paint me as the aggressor. Then you could say that. First we own, then we say. But anyway, Bose is that girl to me. Because Scamanda has been playing these girls' faces all season with this cult thing. A cult, being in a cult is a big deal. Do y'all not know about Jim Jones in the 70s? Hello? Drinking the Kool-Aid? Being in a cult isn't something that you just kind of brush under the rug. Like, how has your life been since the cult? Did you go to therapy? What happened? And she explained herself. She said in another episode, I remember Scamanda saying like, oh yeah, I just left in the middle of the night. Okay, cool. Now let's get into this manifestation, all this other stuff, what you're trying to bring, this perfect picture of life that you're trying to display, which is not it. It's not a perfect picture of life, Scamanda. Stop. You were on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I don't know who got the girl on the show and then explained that we get to it and we fight over small shit. And if you can't handle it, first of all, in Beverly Hills, they don't even fight over like the egregious stuff that the girls fight about in other cities, like in Atlanta or in New York or down in Miami, which they just don't get me started. It's just, in Beverly Hills, they are very pretentious. And they have a right to be. They're ladies with a lot of income and with a lot of money. And I think Bose was reminding her, girl, if you're that girl and you're perfect and you're rich and you're that, it's not coming off that way. The way you handled my girl Dorit wasn't cute. And then when Dorit came in and tag teamed that ass and she said, listen, bitch. Listen. You said I was doing all these things to you. Like I called your mama out of her name. No, she didn't say that. But I feel like this is what I need to see. I love the camaraderie between Dorit, Bose, and Rachel. And then they decided to pile on Natalie. Natalie said, okay, now how did I get in it? How did I get in it? Listen, Scamanda, you're going to have to do your thing, baby. But I'm going to need you to just keep it cute. Keep it cute. You're the villain. And being the villain is also a part of, like, playing confusion. So I will give Amanda credit for playing confusing and playing the fool. But we got to keep it cute on Beverly Hills because now there's been another insinuation about her current business that she's running. Take a listen to this.
Amanda is not clear about her life. She's not honest about it. And if she wants to continue the charade, let her. Who's behind the She's selling a mindset that she hopes to impart and recruit other people. Look, this is a very controversial for me to say. Are you ready? Yes. She's built a cult. She walked away from one and she built it.
And there you have it, folks. And there you have it. Scamanda has built her own cult. And that's why she's very, very, very silent. Very, very, you know, I'm doing my thing and blue, blue, blue. It's in my book and blah, blah, blah. And life is good. I bought Kyle's house. I don't know really much about Scamanda and her manifestation business. Or what she's trying to give with it. I do see that it's a cult. Because if people are signing up and paying money for that. That's why you have therapists, love. That's why you have therapists and like a treatment team and do your thing and boom, boom, mental health support groups. There's avenues for that. Now, is she running like a summer camp with like a bunch of people? What is this? Scamanda is a cult. And Bose clocked it, so did Dorit, and so did Rachel. And they're not going to continue to keep playing with you the way that you are playing with the viewers. Okay, baby? It's too much. It's too much, Scammy. And I feel like when it comes to Kyle, she's really trying to play in our face with Amanda and like trying to speak for her. Kyle, nobody asked you anything. Nobody asked you anything. And my thing is like, I'm okay if Amanda just decides, you know, the girls don't like me. I think I'm not going to come back. That's probably best. That's probably best. Because if you want to protect your business and your image, this isn't the show for you, baby. This isn't the show for you, Scamanda. No. Mm-mm. I knew something was up when I saw her husband. I'm just being honest. I knew something was up there a long time ago. So, well, that's all I have to say on the Beverly Hills girls. But I do want to get into the ladies of London because the show is absolutely amazing. And I think it's much better than what the Beverly Hills girls are trying to give us. Now, I will say I have a few favorites, but I can tell you who my few favorites are after you listen to this clip.
Well, Missy doesn't have to drink her way through her feelings.
Well, great. I'm glad that I'm sitting with a bunch of people that are so in tune with their feelings. Don't look at her. Look at me.
What am I looking at exactly? I'm looking at a heartless, mean, cold, bitter
Tell me
woman.
exactly what I said.
Do you not remember?
No, I'm asking you.
Why don't you have another drink and I'll tell you 10 more
Why don't
times.
you have another drink?
I don't drink. When you're clear-eyed and sober, some people look different and some look the same. I've only seen one side of Kimmy. Straight vodka with no ice.
That's the carrying on I want to see. The carrying on that the ladies are doing in London is the kind of carrying on that I want to see. And let me tell you why. The cast is dynamic. First of all, let's start. I really, really enjoy Kimmy. I think she's a breath of fresh air. She's kooky. I like Mark Francis. I like Emma, Margot. Look, I like Micah. I like all the girls. Because it's a mixture of people who are from the United States. So I believe Margot and Micah, Micah is starting her own business and she's going on like this business journey. Margot, who's from the United States. I believe she's in the model fashion world. And then you have a lot of the girls who are in the model fashion world, right? Mark Francis, who's a socialite, along with Martha, who's also a socialite, Martha just got out of a divorce. I think her second divorce. And she's trying to figure her life out. So she's in London trying to figure her life out. We also have another lady on the show by the name of Lottie, who I believe is pregnant. And she and her husband are giving like hippie vibes of the UK. I like it. So she's like, so her husband is like, he works with a lot of like famous people. Like he's a designer. And I think he hopes to get them together. So yes, ma'am. And let's get into one of my favorites, which is Emma. Of course, I'm going to pick the black girl because the black girl is doing her thing. And she's definitely representing the UK. So she's a modern aristocrat, excuse me. So with that, she's also a global fashion figure. And my bad, she's called Lady Emma Thin. Okay? Lady. She was the first woman of color to marry into the British aristocracy or whatever it's called, chap. What's that? So she's the Marquess of Baths. Oh, and her house is huge. And she looks paid. And she's beat. And the mug. Everything. And the fashion. Everything. I love me some Emma. I'm tuned in every single week. I like the petty drama that they just had. See her calling her out about her drinking. That's the kind of carrying on I want to see. Okay? A fresh dynamic, a diverse cast. It's also really cool to see glimpses of London. Like, I've never been to Europe. I've never been to the UK, let alone. So it's so good to have a show that we can watch that's housewife adjacent of an international like place versus it being somewhere here. Because I feel like we just need an escape. And I think after Beverly Hills and dealing with Scamanda, it's a good escape to have the Ladies of London come on our screens. Now, I will say I must go back and watch seasons 1 through 3 and tell y'all what I think. But this new reign is carrying. It is doing what it needs to do. And bravo, I am so proud of you because this is a show I will definitely be adding to my list. Speaking of adding things to our list, I smell a stunt by the network. I smell a stunt by the network and a stunt by Peacock and Bravo. The Real Housewives of Miami has been canceled. They're saying it's on pause, but I think they canceled the girls. First of all, why did y'all take it off Peacock in the first place? What was that about? So, I'm confused as to what they're going to do. Because they're saying it was because of low ratings. Last time I checked, ratings don't really matter like that anymore. They just want to make sure that people are watching. Because who the hell is watching Summer House? And Southern Hospitality. They played in our face with these girls. First of all, the cast itself is iconic. Stephanie Shojai, who just came in the cast, was iconic. Marisol, Alexia, Kiki, Girl, Larsa, Lisa, our girls are not going to be on our screens anymore. They packed up Gertie. What's up? The Real Housewives of Miami should not have been canceled or paused or anything like that. And it's not because of ratings, because y'all had our girls on Peacock where they were streaming, honey, where they should still be. So I'm going to let y'all know right now, the fans are outraged. The fans are outraged boots. And these Rhode Island girls better give us what they need to give. Because if they're going to scrap our Miami girls for them, I better see lots of cussing. Lots of drinks are flowing. Lots of champagne glasses thrown, baby. That's what I need to see. Because if it's not giving that, and if it's giving me Boringville with Dolores hanging out, then I'm going to wrap that up. Y'all already know I give it to you fresh. And speaking of giving it to you fresh, the Real Housewives of New Jersey is back officially. Yes, that's something that Andy is saying. He said the show is back officially, and the network is deciding to move on with Dolores, Teresa, and Melissa. And then they're going to bring on 4 new girls. The rumor on the street is that there's 3 to 4 girls they're talking about. And one of the newbies that are in the pipeline apparently is DJ Envy from the Breakfast Club's wife. Yes, ma'am. Okay, now we're really getting somewhere. I didn't know we were trying to diverse it up. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know we were trying to switch things around here. We were trying to spice things up here. So I will be set for Jersey. And also the fact that, like I talked on previous episodes, that Melissa and Teresa are back in cahoots in terms of like working together and being cool with production, because they actually spent the holidays together. That's the kind of carrying on that needs to happen. That's the only thing that's going to heal us right now with this mess of a cancellation from the Real Housewives of Miami. Bravo. Please don't play with us like that. Y'all know how much we love that show. If y'all need to do a spin-off, I will even watch a spin-off called Gertie's Life. And I'm not a huge Gertie fan, but I will even watch a spin-off called Larsa's House. Go ahead and make a show called Lisa's Way. Something. Give us the girls. Now, I hope this wasn't a wrap-up because of the whole lawsuit with Todd and Alexia's ex. I hope it had nothing to do with that, but y'all know I bring it to you fresh, so the more I find out, the more I will let y'all know. But I am so seated for the Real Housewives of New Jersey coming back sometime in, I think they said 2027. But I don't know. Unless they just like to push her out and have her air in the winter. You know how they like to do. Alright, tea sippers, refill your cups, your glasses, do what you gotta do, because we have to talk about the winner of Drag Race UK versus the World, which was just recently announced, and I could not be more thrilled and excited. So, take a listen to this recent clip, because RuPaul tells us who wins the show. As she should, Henny.
Ladies, I've made my decision. The time has come to crown our queen. The winner of RuPaul's Drag Race UK versus the World, the queen of the mother-tucking world, is... Godlin.
Yes, Godlin won, y'all. I knew Godlin was going to win. I knew Godlin was going to win. Because she was herself. She was kooky. Her looks were great. She caused a little drama on the show. Rue loved her. It was just meant to be. Now, that lip sync, Mariah Balenciaga, you had no chance, baby. The way you was rolling around on that ground, baby. Listen, when Godlin heard it was lip sync for your life to the win, she said, okay, I'm coming here to really show y'all I'm Ariana Grande, baby. She's like, I'm the girl that y'all been missing out on. I'm the girl. Okay? And she really did that. And this is the first international winner of Drag Race UK versus the World, which I'm stoked about. It's about time somebody decided to hand the crown over to somebody international, because that's why the girls come to play. Versus the World, baby. And y'all got it. Congratulations, Godlin. You are slaying the game. Keep being wonderful. If you come to the United States, I can't wait to see you, baby. Because I'm not traveling nowhere right now. Not with the way things are going on with airports and stuff. Hell no. But I will be making sure I get a front row ticket to see Miss Godlin soon, because she's just entertaining. I love a queen that's kooky and that's herself. Come on, girl. Well, as we wrap things up, Married to Medicine is premiering on Sunday, so make sure y'all watch the reunion of Married to Medicine. Before we hop into the reunion, they released a sneak peek. And you know what? This is what I was talking about with a recast. This is what I was talking about with a recast of Married to Medicine. Take a listen to these girls bringing us absolutely nothing.
Toya, it's been 6 months since filming wrapped, and I think the question on everybody's mind is, are you still in the house?
Absolutely.
Yes.
The shade of it. Where else am I going to be?
Well, you've had many homes.
Yes, I've purchased them all.
Okay. I'm not questioning the ownership. Heavenly, do you think this is Toya's forever home?
No, I don't. I think that she probably will sell it in a few years, get a profit, and probably move to a condo by herself somewhere.
By herself?
I mean, damn, did I say that?
Yeah, you did.
Like out loud. I mean,
I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that. I feel like she's going to sell it, get a great profit, and move into something higher.
With her husband.
With her husband.
Okay.
Tasha from Inglewood, California said maybe if Toya treated Eugene with more respect, he wouldn't want to spend all that time on the road.
Yeah, I think that is someone projecting like other people on that side of the couch. She doesn't have a clue what's going on in my home. We don't yell all the time, but it happens. I think it happens in everyone's household.
Yeah.
Simone, you didn't hold back when you said Toya's skip workday party looked more like a day in the life for her. Do you stand by that comment?
I stand by that. Toya has a great life. She keeps an immaculate house and she keeps her house up well. No one would ever be able to go there and say it needed pressure washing.
Bitch, your house nasty. Pressure wash this mother. You don't set us all up for mother contamination.
Ooh, the burn. The
There
burn.
isn't a pressure washer, baby. They got the pressure washer out there.
Paula from Clearwater, Florida said, Toya, you said some women love watching you and Eugene argue while misrepresenting their own relationships.
I just think that it is very easy for certain ladies to deflect. You haven't seen any cheating in my relationship. My husband's not telling me he doesn't trust me with my son. So let's stop with the shenanigans. I think everyone on this stage should honestly stay out of my relationship.
If you wouldn't put it out there, we wouldn't have
unless
anything
we
to say.
want Toya to really tell.
Go ahead.
Go ahead,
Go
please.
ahead.
Open the book, please.
Not the pressure washer. Child, why did these ladies always wait to the reunion to give? Because that's how I watched the show. When I first started watching, I went back and I watched all the reunions and it caught me right on up, child. But can we please talk about it's just not doing it for me. Heavenly, aren't you running for Congress? I want to hear about that. Quad not married. Quad's just original on the show. Y'all know I love me some Miss Quad. Miss Quad, she got it. She got it. Why is Quad don't have her own show yet? I think Quad needs her own show. I think Heavenly is time to move on. Simone is time to move on. Jackie is time to move on. Okay. Toya can stay with Mimi and go ahead and bring on the new girls. Bring about 4 new girls on the show. Okay. And Quad can move into executive producer role. Okay. That's what needs to happen with Married to Medicine. Because, and what's going on? They're wearing the same colors as the Potomac girls. I don't mind that, but like, I like a switch up. Quad's hair looks great. Quad looks good and expensive. I don't know. I'm gonna watch the reunion and get back to y'all tea sippers, but that's just that's how I'm feeling going into the reunion after this season. Okay? And like I said, Dr. Mimi and Toya can definitely anchor the show. And no problem. I actually like the new nurse practitioner. I like her a lot. Miss Brandy, that's her name. Brandy, yes. I like her. She has a good personality. Seems like she's very outgoing and that she speaks her mind. I think Jackie and Simone have ran their course. I think if we're going to start recasting other shows, we need to start recasting Married to Medicine. Love the fresh energy with Mimi and her husband. Toya and Eugene are classic to the show. They're needed. And then everybody else can go ahead, baby. Okay? Thanks for listening, Tea Sippers. You know I bring it to you fresh every time. This was another episode of Clock the Reali-Tea. And most importantly, I'm your host, Mark Midwestern Honey. And I will get back to y'all next week. Bye.